Can everyone hear me okay and see the screen okay? Is everything good on y'all's side? Let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know. Oh, damn, Hunter gave a thumbs up on the screen. I did not know you could do that. That is wild. Okay. Yeah, so we got Powell speaking again in 5 minutes. Other than that, we got an orange folder at 11. We got a bunch of FOMC at 12:30, another FOMC at 5:30. Very heavy news day. Protect your capital. CPI tomorrow as well. So be very risk management mindful today with all this news coming out. US 30 yesterday, we set an alert at 39,426. Market came to 39,450 and rejected. Did not quite come down to our alert, unfortunately, and we got, I mean, shit, beautiful rejection from where our alert almost was. What happened was this 500 moving average simply moved up a little bit while we were waiting for the alert, so we didn't get a chance to come all the way down to it. That is textbook moving average rejection. But so when we did reject, we never came back to test out this double top high again, which lets me know we might be breaking below this today. We will see. I'm not moving my alerts up. I'm not moving anything. I'm going to keep my alerts exactly where they are. 39,428, 39,307. Excuse me. Now, Nas rejected beautifully off of this top, but again, it failed to break this consolidation. So we still did not flip bearish. We simply came down to an old bottom right here. Not exactly an old top. It just kind of was an old bottom. We came down, retested this bottom, shot back up. I still want to take this Nas sell, but I want to see what Powell does. So if you want to enter it before Powell speaks, feel free, but do so very lightly. I'm thinking about it. I just 5 hours, not quite oversold. We're not gonna have any moving averages in this area at the top at least because this is an all-time high. So the moving averages, there's no possible way for them to be above us when we're at an all-time high. They're all gonna be below us. If you were on the Zoom yesterday, I did pull up the fib level and I did say that I would take an entry down here if it came down here, which it did, and then immediately rejected, but it did all this outside of our session, so I never would have entered it. As you guys know, I like to only enter during the first about the first hour or two of New York Stock Exchange. For me personally, I just like to get in and I like to get out with the bag. As you guys know, I trade funded prop firms on futures. So I don't have the luxury of holding for days. Um, Part of me really wants to enter this trade. Another part of me really doesn't. So I don't really have enough confirmations going on. I like it, but I don't love it, especially since we came down, retested, and now we're back at this all-time high. Lets me know more than likely continue bullish, but I do think that we can get a scalp going off of this area. I'm gonna give it a minute. I'm gonna see what happens with Powell. If we break above this, I'm gonna say if we break above, stop loss would be 30 points. If we break above here, I am just simply not interested in anything short wise. So we'll see. We got 1 minute till he speaks. Again, on US 30, nothing is changing for me. My alert is staying exactly where it is, which is right here, 39,433. My second alert and the alert that I would really prefer to hit would be at 39,305. Short wise, I'm still gonna keep my zone exactly where it is. This double top, if it comes back up and creates a triple top, that is another short entry that would be valid. But everything's staying the same for me. Nothing's changing. Game plan is exactly the same as it was. So we got Powell speaking. I do want to start watching the news together too. I just don't have cable here. Hmm. It's like it's creating a double top. It's right here, obviously, but we're just so bullish that I don't want to. This would be one of those trades that if I lose it, I'll know exactly why I lost it, and that just that doesn't do it for me. Trading heavy against the trend, failed to break this bottom. All the moving averages are below us. If you want to take this trade again, it's not a bad trade to take. You will likely get some scalp points off it. But yeah, I don't love it. As I said, I do want to take it. I do think you will make some money off it. But for me to take this trade, I want to be confident that we're going to come down to at least right around here, giving us around 50 points. And I'm just not very confident in that retracement, especially since this 30-minute wick just pulled up like that right off of this 50 moving average on the 30. It's not doing it for me technically. Doesn't have enough going for it yet for me to feel confident in it. Let's go over to US 30 again. I'll probably see these charts do something extravagant in the next 3 to 4 minutes here. But at the moment, I am at a stalemate. I'm not taking anything right now. I guess if you could, like, if you really wanted to look for something, there's obviously a little trend line being formed here. This will be the third touch on that trend for the downside position. See if I pulled up some sort of fib here, a short time frame fib from the swing high to the swing low, or swing low is back there. Yeah, we got the 0.5 on the fib as well right here with the micro trend line. See if this is an old top, new bottom anywhere on the micros. It's really not. Yeah, it's just not doing it for me. Still be a it would be a 2 point trade, and a 2 point trade just isn't enough for me to take. You've got a micro trend line and you've got a fib level on the micro time frame. No real moving average, not those of any importance at least. Check the 1 hour, see if we got the 1 hour 50, but obviously on US 30, the moving averages, US 30 just moves so quick that the moving averages get disrespected left and right, as you can see. Like the 50 moving average on US 30 just gets broken through consistently. So again, just not enough confirmation for me. It ain't gonna do it for me. Not for me, not for moi. I really you know, I'm back and forthing myself right now on this Nas trade. I don't hate the sell, but I'm far from loving it. Enough for me to risk my capital on it, I don't know. I do not know. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my hands off of it. See what it does. If we can come back down here and then maybe retest this area, I would be more likely to jump into it. Um, really what I would like to see is an opportunity to enter a solid long position. Our opportunity already happened. We called this yesterday on the Zoom. I told you guys if we come down to this area, I would be looking to enter a buy. But again, happened outside of our session. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my fib from down here. This is kind of the most recent swing low. I can't really do it from all the way over here. It wouldn't make any sense. So I'll grab a swing low from a somewhat recent position, which would be this consolidation down here. I'll grab my fib, pull it up to our swing high, which is right here, and that'll let me know kind of where we can enter along. So I'm gonna set an alert here at 2679. And the reason I'm setting that alert is we got the 0.236 fib level. We have the 50 moving average on the 1 hour. We're obviously in an uptrend, so that's 3 points by itself. I don't think we've had a day close bearish and yeah, I mean even this didn't close bearish. This is just a doji candle. A doji candle. Doji candles usually mean you're gonna switch the trend, but it's not a real thing, so don't trade candles. Yeah, well, I'm glad we didn't jump in that buy or in that sell. That's good. Kind of saw that happening, right? That broke again. So now we, not by a lot, but we have broken this top again. Let me remove all these drawings. So again, I'm just gonna show you guys again why I would set this alert here. So just off first look, you got the 50 moving average on the 1 hour. Grab your fib, bring it to a swing low, bring it to your swing high. This would be your swing low at the moment. This is your swing high. Here you've got the 0.236 fib level as well, lining up with your 50 moving average. Obviously, we're in an uptrend, so there's fib, 50 moving average uptrend. You got 3 points right there. And then kind of just hop around your charts and see what else you got going for you on different time frames, right at your alert. We've got another moving average here. The 1 hour moving average. By the time we come down to here, if we do this 200 on the 30-minute, will likely be around this area here. So that'll be another moving average in your zone. Remember, your alert is just your alert. You know, you're gonna want to take your alert and you're gonna want to make a zone out of it. So this would really be the zone 679 to, let's call it 619. That's a 60-point zone, and then your stop loss is going to be 25 to 35 points. So if we're using the stop loss, you always use the stop. If you're in a buy, your stop loss comes from the bottom of your entry zone, right? So 25 points from 619. Shit, I'm not mathing right now. 18, 7. So that would be 593, right? Something like that. No, not 593. Brother, my brain is not going yet. I have not had coffee. Let's use the tools that they give us. Yeah, let's go with a 30-point stop loss. So it would look something like this for me, right? Now, if you're going to enter anywhere in the zone, this is why I say the zone is the zone and you're going to enter wherever you want. But for me, I wait for the bottom of the zone for a reason, and that's because I like to keep my stop loss very short. If you entered, let's say, up here at 650 as opposed to 620, you're going to need to add another 30 points to that stop loss because your stop loss still needs to be down here. One way or another, your stop loss needs to be in a zone where it makes sense, right? Realistically, on a trade like this, you want your stop loss down here below this bottom here, right? This is the bottom that it created. So you want your stop loss below that bottom. So to be even more conservative with our capital, what I'm going to do just to protect all of us is I'm going to move my zone down even a little bit more. Now, does that mean we might miss the trade? Yes, absolutely. But I'd rather miss the trade and keep my money. So that's how I do that. We'll do a 30-point stop loss. So this is kind of how you want that trade to look. My alert is still going to be my alert. But I mean, we're obviously still creating new all-time highs. So I'm glad we kept our hands off of that sell. Alert is the alert. Yeah. I will screenshot this and send it to VIP Futures. VIP Futures. No more general chat. I'm not sending anything in there anymore. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but it's coming time to pay. Too many smokers. Too many great weeks in a row for people to just be eating for free and not hopping on the Zooms. If you're gonna eat for free, you at least got to show up to the Zooms and be a part of the community. And the only reason that people are staying in for free is because Preston has a heart of gold. I do not. I would kick everybody out who's for free, but that's just me. So don't thank me, thank Preston. And our stop loss is at 2057. Yeah, as far as Nas goes, that's really that's gonna be it. So let's go over to US 30. We have our alert, right? We have our alert, we have our zone. There's no reason to stare at this chart. You end up staring at a chart like this for too long, you're just gonna take a trade that you don't need to be in. You're gonna see it print these all-time highs, and you're gonna say, "Oh, well, it has to come down." I feel you. Feel the same. Doesn't mean it needs to happen. Um, okay, well, US 30, if you took it off that trend line with the fib level, we're running 70 points off of this trend line with the fib. Again, though, just not enough for me to take it. This is my live account, and then I have another demo account, not demo, eval account that I'm working through right now. So the plan for the end of the week is to have them both live and connected to each other. I don't really love connecting them because then you have to trade on Tradeovate and you can't set a stop loss until after you place the trade, and it can get really confusing. But Take Profit just gave me another eval. They were like, "Yo, here's an eval," and I was like, "Okay, well, if you're gonna give it to me, I'm not gonna not make money off it, right?" I don't know why I can't. Yo, PZ, you're on this Zoom.
Yo,
Oh, I was about to say, is P Money being a fly on the wall? Is he not gonna chat? That's crazy. You see my screen, right?
yeah.
Where is my little chat thing?
Oh, for your Zoom,
Yeah, it's like non-existent on mine.
click Zoom.
Isn't that an idea? Oh, no one's chatting. Look at that. We ain't chatting. We ain't chatting. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Nobody's talking to us.
no one's talking to us. Flies on the wall. That's what's up. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Um, yeah, nothing really to do. Again, guys, there's obvious little zones that you can take, but that's really on you. You know the strategy at this point. I'm not gonna mark any zones that I wouldn't take, and I wouldn't take anything here until it's here or until it's here. And short positions, I'm not taking anything until we get up to this trend line, or at the very least, back to this triple top. So I'll take my alert, I'll put it over here to the tops. But this is really still my ideal zone up here. And all of these little in-between zones that you could find, right? Like this is a top, a top, a top, but it breaks consistently. Here's a break. Here's a break. Now, when it breaks it this time, it comes down and retests it, but then breaks it again, breaks it again. So if you want to take any zones like here, let me clear my drawings so that you guys can kind of, while we're on Zoom, I might as well kind of go over this. Obvious top, obvious bottom, right? Strong bottom, strong top. medium bottom, buy interest. I've got some interest, but I'm not sold on this zone. Came down to it yesterday almost and rejected. That's fine. Now, are there tops and bottoms within this zone? Of course there are, right? Right here, for instance, is a top. Touch, go, touch, go, touch, go, touch, go, touch, go. But at the same time, broken. Breaks it to the upside without a problem. Retests it a little bit, absolutely melts through it, right? Then it respects it for a bit, breaks through it, respects it again. So it's just not enough of a zone for me to like fall in love with. Is it a trade that you could take when it comes up here? Sure. Would I? Absolutely not. But again, that comes down to me wanting to protect my capital and nothing else. If you have this zone with, I'm sure you can find some sort of trend line within these zones. Actually, you might not be able to. Because these are all just kind of equal tops and bottoms. Yeah, that's not going to do anything for you. And again, you know, to the higher time frames that we go to, the more you're going to realize these little areas in here just aren't, they're not really worth taking, in my opinion. These areas, like these little tops and bottoms, right? You have this consolidation right here, kind of. Like, here's a wick to the upside, but clearly didn't break it. Breaks it, breaks it. But now you've got wick to the upside, breaks it, and then it respects it as a bottom right in this area until it doesn't. So these little areas of consolidation where you could take tops and bottoms, right? And mind you, this is a 4-hour time frame. So you could take this buy, sell, buy, sell, buy until it breaks. But this is kind of just gambling. These littler, smaller consolidation tops and bottoms is why people think trading is gambling, because people cannot seem to wait for the proper area to enter a trade. Any time frame you go to, you will be able to find tops and bottoms. I could go on the 5-minute right now and find a complete other zone where you could take a trade, right? Okay, here's a clear bottom. Oh, whoops, that didn't work out. Bottom, bottom, coming back down to it, bottom. Let's scroll out. Bottom, disrespected it here by about 70 points, came back up, tested it again. Top, top, top. There's so much movement in these markets where if you go down in time frames, or if you're looking for tops and bottoms that are like, you can find them anywhere, 1 minute, 5 minute, 15, and they all might work out for you, but that's gambling. You want to go into your higher time frame, absolute tops and bottoms. And then I know what you're thinking, like, oh, well, what if it doesn't get there in the next day or 2 or 3? Then don't take a trade. It's that simple, you know? It's not that simple at the beginning because trading is addictive. You know, especially when you first start and you print your first $400 or $500 trade, you're like, oh shit, that was easy. I could do this 10 times today. And you can in your absolute zones. So, you know, have your absolute zone, make sure it lines up with a moving average, grab your fib level. Let's, I don't really feel like getting off this Zoom just yet. I want to see if anything happens here in the next 12 minutes. So we're just gonna educate. We have our absolute tops and bottoms, right? And again, these are all my alerts from, I don't even know how long ago. They just stay on my trading view. So when you go to alert, right, I'm going to set a random alert here. I'm going to delete this, so don't copy me. When you go to alert, it says trigger here every time. That way, it just stays on your chart forever. So that's way when these alerts get hit again from whenever this was, I don't even know, this could have been from like a month ago. I have no idea. But my phone will pop up. I'll get that trading view alert. I'll check on my laptop. I'll see what zone we're in. I'll see what the trade looks like. And maybe I just entered a trade off of an alert that I've had on here for whoever knows how long. But anyway, so US 30 right now, just like everything else, is in a clear uptrend, right? This was all up, came back down, retested this low right here. Fuck, my throat is not on love today. Pause. That sounded crazy. Came down, tested this low right here, right? We went boom, boom, retested it, shot back up. Came down again, but we never came down to this bottom. Instead, we stopped moving here and flipped again, which, okay, look, watch this, right? Let me show you guys something. All I see is this. This is all I'm looking at this very current moment. I'm not looking backwards. I'm looking here. I'm saying, okay, the chart stopped here and flipped back to bullish. Why? I don't know why yet. Let me find out. Horizontal line. Now let me back test. Oh, okay, I see it. Because it created a crazy top over here on the way up, broke through that top, respected it as a bottom, started forming its trend line up, came back down to its ultimate bottom, came back up, respected this bottom again, shot all the way up, came back down to this bottom. So here's a bottom, here's a bottom. Very simple. But that does let me know that we're on an upwards, we're on an uptrend. This bottom and this bottom are lower than this bottom, but the charts shot up to the same place. So pretty much equal highs, not equal lows, uptrend. So now I have all of my alerts. My alerts have been set. Let me grab my fib level on a high time frame. This is the 4-hour time frame. Let me go to my swing low, which is right here. I'm going to click it, and I'm going to drag this to my swing high, which is right here. But I need my lines. Well, actually, it's over here, but since we're dragging from here, we're going to use this. I need my blue lines to extend throughout my entire freaking chart. So here's my swing high, but I'm going to place it over here. So I'm just going to make sure that my blue line, this top one, lines up with that top right there. Boom. So now I have my fib. My fib lets me know on a higher time frame that we are currently at the 0.236 level, which means you could technically go in for a long here. But we don't have anything else in this area. We just have the fib. Whereas when over here, we have 2 moving averages, but no fib. Whereas over here, on this alert that we already have, right? We have this alert. We have the 0.382 fib level, and we have this moving average coming up. Now, obviously, this is on a really high time frame. This is on the 4-hour. So in order for you to take this long, it would take a minute. But that same strategy that I just did, you can go down to the 1-hour and you can kind of do that same exact strategy, right? So now you see your moving averages on the 1-hour. You don't have to go all the way here for a swing low because, mind you, this is May 30th, so this is over a month ago. I'm not so concerned with this area because I'm not holding trades for a month. So let me go to a swing low that makes sense for my style of trading, which is get in and get out with the bag. So I'm going to use this as our swing low because we never came back to this area. We broke it. We stayed around here. So here's my swing low for me. Grab that fib. Boom. Drag it up to my swing high, which is right here. Okay. And now we see what's going on. So 500 moving average on the 1-hour, 0.618 Fibonacci. Obviously is following a trend just from looking at it. Boom, 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 boom. It's going like that, right? I'm not going to draw like a super clean trend line right now, but you see what I'm saying. Boom, 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 boom. Then you got your fib, you have your trend line, you have your moving average, and we already have an alert within the vicinity, right? The alert is not right on top of the fib, but they're only 50 points apart, which on US 30 is nothing. So we're going to say, okay, here is a zone of interest. Now let me make what would be my entry zone. And go from this fib level down to our alert. Now here's where I say to myself, would this trade make sense to me if it comes here? To me, it won't make sense. because as I can already see, there's way too much action going on below my zone, right? These are all times you're going to get stop loss here. So for me, this zone is a no-go. Even when it gets here, I'm going to look at it. I'm going to see all of this and I'm going to say, nah, I'm cool. Whereas if my zone was on this alert, right? Let's use this alert now. We've got this alert. We've got the 0.786 fib level right above it. So now, once this alert triggers and I'm in this zone and I pull up my laptop, I say, does this trade make sense for me? And for me, this does. Because the only thing really going on below here is this consolidation over here, right? So if I entered this trade, let's say at 250 and on US 30, 60, 70 points on a stop loss really isn't much. That's the same as 25 to 30 on NAS because pricing works differently. One contract on NAS every 10 points runs me $200. One contract on US 30 every 10 points runs me $50. So my risk is 1/4 with the same contract. So if I'm risking 30 points on NAS, I could technically be risking 120 points on US 30 for the exact same dollar amount. So I would take this trade, right? This is a long I would take. I would set my stop loss below this wick zone here. So let's just say my stop loss would be somewhere around here. This is a little much for me as far as drawdown. This is a 100-point drawdown. So I'm going to take my zone. I'm going to move it down a little bit, my entry zone. And that's going to be that for me. Unless this trade comes into this zone, I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it here because it might turn around or here because it might turn around. I'm going to take it here where I know at the very least I'm going to get a 1-to-1. It's that simple. This thing is not going to absolutely melt through this zone unless we're on a news day. Morning, want to hear insane stuff. I don't want to hear anything. No. Yeah, that's that for that. For how I would do that. This is all recorded. I'm going to upload this to YouTube for you guys so you can really go over this as much as you want. Nas all-time highs, nothing to do there. You know, you could really. No, I'm not even going to do it. That's just showing you guys something you don't need to do. Nothing to do today. No trades to take. As you guys can see, you see my screen, you see I'm not in a trade, you know, not in a trade on this account, not in a trade on that account. So I'm not doing anything that I'm not taking any trades and telling you guys not to. I'm also not taking any trades. If it ain't there, it ain't there, and I'll wait for it to be there. Gold, gold, gold. I really don't trade it, but obviously creating its tops right here. Here's the top. There's the top. I think the bottom is, oh, we had it marked. I erased all my drawings. That's what it is. That would be my bottom. This is actually really interesting looking. I don't know. Once you're in the charts long enough, you can see little things like this and find it really interesting. Notice how gold really uses like stairs, kind of, right? Like boom, boom. Yo, can you turn your laptop down? I can like hear myself. Um, boom, 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 waterfall. Boom, 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 waterfall. Dot, 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 waterfall. It like really moves like this. And I don't know, my eye just caught that. That's very interesting. So I see you could just create like a bunch of little trend lines in here. Trend, trend, and they would all kind of be the same thing. But then from here, you could also boom, boom, boom. There's a trend. Tops and bottoms. Yeah, you guys know I don't take any gold trades, but nothing wrong with this top and this bottom. So just for me personally, why not? I'm gonna set my alerts every time. Sell interest. Buy interest. 403 to 413. I think $10 on gold is a lot as a stop loss. Oh, I guess it's not. One contract equals $100 every dollar. So $10 would be $1,000 stop loss. That's fine. I wouldn't trade more than one contract on that. For 294. These would be my zones of interest on gold. Very high time frame zones, obviously being respected. And then you've got up here naturally, you know, this is just one of those obvious ones that doesn't even need to be said out loud. If you see anything like this on any chart, regardless of what the asset is, chances are you're just going to want to take it. Yeah. See if any of those alerts hit. If they do, I'd, more than likely jump in depending on what the charts look like. Nah, it's printing. I have a trader buddy of mine on online that I follow who is he's in a buy from right here somewhere still. He's still holding it. And pretty dope. He used a 3-lot 3.0, which on Forex I think that's $3,000 every 10 points. Yeah, it would have to be $3,000 every 10 points, 3.0. And he's been holding this thing for well over 300 points. Yesterday, this trade alone was at $113,000 for him. So that's something you can do on Forex. Mind you, I have been fucking with him for, I don't know, 6, 7 months. That account started at 3K. He went from 3K to 10K very conservatively. He upped the gas and now he's going crazy. But he trades this exact style. All the best traders do this. So the only difference between him and really anybody else in here other than me, because I trade futures, is that he stuck to his trading plan. Very disciplined trader. Only enters his absolute zones and he holds. He holds very, very long, something that I'm not able to do. But I'm thinking about maybe putting some money into a Forex account here and trading a little bit of Forex with you guys too, but it would be only swing trades. I'm talking about I would only be taking trades that I feel I can hold for a week. So there wouldn't be a lot of trades to take. Maybe one a week, maybe. It would be trades that I take where I don't want to move my stop loss. I don't want to move to break even. I'm simply holding this trade. Large stop losses. I'm talking 70, 80 point stop losses on Nas for potentially 300-400 point return. Thinking about it because trading a cash account on futures sucks. You still have rules, and that just doesn't make sense for me. Well, with that being said, guys, if there's any questions or concerns, even though there never seems to be, please feel free. Yes, sir, Kyle. Got you, brother. Thank you for the appreciation. We all just want to be loved sometimes. I'm kidding. I don't. We're good here. I just want to make you guys some money, baby. I want everybody to eat. Vacationing is more fun with people when you make money with them, I'm trying to get a group together that makes some money so we can rent out a motherfucking, I don't know what's cool anymore to rent out because I don't like cool places anymore. I saw a video from Ibiza yesterday and I was like, that looks like fucking hell. Looks absolutely horrible. The clubs are so loud that you have to wear earplugs. Why would you go to a club to wear earplugs? Nobody thinks. Nobody thinks. That's okay. No worries. I'm not fun. I'm old. That's fine. No worries. Makes sense. Let's go have fun. Woo! Shut up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you. I will see y'all tomorrow. This thing's gonna end any second, so let me give my condolences, not condolences, my roses. We're just gonna